Yeah!
Your scales should mend in no time, Akin. Catch your breath, then make your way back to your village.
You have my thanks, Mainlander. Stone guide me. 2 outsiders in one day. Perhaps I took a harder hit to the head than I thought. Please, talk to the colorful one while I catch my breath. Unless... am I imagining all those colors? It is strange. I am a path runner, a messenger for my village. I have run across these hillsides since I was a hatchling. My souls know every step of the way towards the pyres. I could have done this with my eyes closed, and yet I tripped. What good is a path runner if they cannot perform under pressure? No, this was something else. It was as if a root reached out of the ground and twisted my ankle. But it does not matter. The pyres must be lit.
An ally of the Stirk Fellowship. Perfect timing. These shaking scales could use your help. Xor-Hist is on the eve of war with the worm cult, and I need your help to light their warning pyres. My anxious vines outgrow me. I am Manikai, a Bright-Throat from Murkmire. I was sent by the Stirk Fellowship to make contact with this stone nest village, Xor-Hist. I must commune with their Hist before the worm cult attacks in full. I do not know for sure, but the Hist screams for help. Xor-Hist, the village's torchbearer, was injured on his way to light the signal pyres. Help me finish his task, so outlying villagers know to seek shelter before the cult arrives in force. The worm cult plans to strike while many stone nests are off fishing and gathering. Xor-Hist told me there are 3 signal pyres, north, west, and south of the village. We must light them to warn of the impending attack. Of course you do. If asked for help so suddenly by a perfect stranger, my scales too would itch with questions. Yes and no. Apologies. I can already hear Zuka scolding me. I did not so much hear the Hist, than felt it. When the wall fell, I was overcome with a deep, painful grief from the direction of this village, emanating from, I believe, the Hist. Joining the Stirk Fellowship is part of my training to become a proper tribe leader, which is to say, I am no root herald. I can try, of course, but to do so, I need to commune with it directly, which is why I must speak with their elder. Unfortunately, not much. They are reclusive and keep to themselves, and that was before the Writhing Wall. What I do know is that Xor-Hist is one of a number of stone nest villages on this side of the island, one that actually has a Hist tree. It seems I may have buried the juiciest scrub of all. From what I have been told, the stone nests still live within and worship the ways of stone. They have not left their Zanmir's friend. I am anxious to learn more, so we should get moving. Yes! I came to Solstice all the way from the Bright-Throat tribe in Murkmire. Are you familiar with it? Then it is clear to me that the Hist has guided us both here. I am certain Zukas would have much more to say about the song and its wonders. But know that I am grateful to have a friend of my tribe stand by my side today.
Yeah! Yeah!
hope we are not too late. The Worm-Cult plans to strike while many Stone Nest are off fishing and gathering. Xor-Hist told me there are 3 signal pyres, north, west, and south of the village. We must light them to warn of the impending attack.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Devious trickster! Where are you?
I'm right here, silly cat. Or am I here? Could it be here? Or could it be here?
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Yeah!
I hope the villagers see our warning in time.
Yeah! Yeah! Ah! Yeah!
Look at you!
Even a few lives saved will have made this worth it. Let us make our way to Xor-Hist. The village elder will be glad to hear what we have accomplished.
Yeah!
Look, over there. Another fighter.
Outsiders, you will speak with me. Now. You still stand because I witnessed your colorful companion tend to Xor-Hist's wounds and help light the signal pyres. For that, I allow you breath enough to explain your presence during this attack on Xor-Hist. I am well acquainted with this swamp dweller. This is not her first attempt to meet with Stone Shaper Toshka. And I believe he made himself quite clear when he told her not to return. Has she asked you to face my wrath in her stead? So you readily admit you were manipulated? How easily a little stone bends to the whims of wind and rain. You've wasted enough of my time. As the village's death dancer, it is my duty to strike you down. Ready yourself. It was a good deed, outsider. One worthy of being carved in stone. So be it. My name is Zika Ilan, and I am the Death Dancer, the guardian of this village. You may proceed into Xor-Hist. Stone Shaper Toshka will indeed be grateful. The Stone Shaper waits at the center of our village. Come.
Not the open arms and gleaming scales welcome I hoped for, but this will do. Let us make our way into the village and find Stone Shaper Toshka. Did I not? It must have slipped my mind on account of the hordes of cultists and Daedra nipping at my tail. Apologies. It is just very important that I tell Stone Shaper Toshka that the Hist has a message. Truly, friend, lives are at stake.
Yeah!
The Bright-Throat dares return.
And with another outsider, Stone Shaper.
Stone Shaper Toshka, please. You must listen. Your Hist tree calls out for help.
Enough! Words spill off your tongue like gravel. I will speak with your companion.
Gravel. I traveled all the way across this island to help them, and this is how they treat me? Please, you must convince the Elder to let me commune with their Hist. I promise, this is for their own good.
I have already listened to the ravings of this saptooth. But you are different. Speak plainly. Do you seek to take advantage of our village during this necromancer attack? Because I assure you, the Stone Nest know how to defend ourselves. In all our time here on Solstice, we have never etched stories of the Hist song in stone. It has been silent for as long as our Zanmirs have stood. And yet, you say it sings to this swamp scale, and not to us? The same fellowship that made a home in the corpse of Luthixel? Of course you would not know the true name of Sunport. The scaleless ones have erased that memory from history. Your Stirk Fellowship carries no weight here. Tell me then, this Manikai, I see a brittle thing, fresh from her egg. Eager as the lichen that grows wide without first placing roots. Do you trust her? Can she really hear the Hist? You have the eyes of a hunter, yet the tongue of a teacher. So be it. You may both enter the courtyard behind me. It is where our Hist resides. If she can truly hear its song, she must prove it. Zika Ilan, escort the outsiders into the courtyard. I will allow the Saptooth access to our Hist. If this is an outsider trick, you are free to kill them.
This way, Tepi Voss.
My scales shimmer with gratitude, Stone Shaper.
Follow Zika-Ilan to the courtyard, Ogel. Our ancient Hist awaits you there. Not Sunport. I refer to the temple it was built upon, not the city. Luthixel, where the sun rests and the stones hold its warmth through the night. Some Elven scholars translate it as Dawn Place. They obviously do not understand poetry. Very true, and I prefer it this way. There is beauty hidden in every flick of our tongue and clack of our teeth. And there may come a time when Gel is our last safe refuge. I am curious. Totik vaste isikan. Do you understand? And by the knots of my ancestors, we are safer for it. Think nothing more about it.
I admit to some surprise, Tepi Voss. I was certain the Stone Shaper would call for your execution. Prove yourself further, and I just may carve your name on a small, insignificant stone. Perhaps a doorstop. Now, enter the courtyard. Death Dancers are an extension of Sithis' reach. Agents of change. A select few who dole out justice and meter out peaceful ends. We do not often act as a village's protector, but these are dark times indeed. So, you know my kind, Mainlander? Curious. No, my being a Naga has nothing to do with my role as a Death Dancer. In fact, it was a hindrance. I needed to prove myself twice over to make up for the mistakes of my ancestral kin. Do not pry further. It is nice to hear that my kind still walk the western shores of Solstice. I am glad the Tideborn have chosen to open their shells to my kin. Few villages welcome our scales. Thank you for this small comfort. Many years ago, a village of Naga chose to aid the invading elves. This eroded the edge our knowledge of the island provided, and led to many deaths. While the Naga were not spared the elves' bloodlust, also were they not forgiven.
We may not hear the Hist song, but we would no sooner trim its roots than shorten the horizon or silence the sea. It is our connection to the land we came from. What do you mainlanders call it? Black marsh. Oh, such simplicity. Well, get on with it. Let us hear the Hist speak.
One moment. I need to speak with my companion. Tell me, has the color drained from my scales? I have never seen a Hist of such magnitude. How old must it be? And suddenly the thought of dying here is not so bad. To spill my blood on these ancient roots would be an honor. No, I suppose not. The ritual I am about to do may appear simplistic to the casual observer, but I brought these wind chimes all the way from Murkmire. They are sensitive to the Hist song. How familiar are you with Bright-Throat practices? How lucky are you to have walked through the mud alongside my teacher? You know then that the chimes I carry will help me interpret this tree's song. I only hope it will be enough to prove to these villagers that we are here to help. Take these chimes and place them upon the Hist. Then step back and allow me a moment to interpret its message.
By the stone! That sound!
What does this mean?
That sound. The Hist is screaming! Did you hear it? So much grief and pain, so much fear. In all my time communing with the Hist, I have never heard such a sound. Thukas, I wish you were here. Oh, what am I supposed to do? I am not sure. This is beyond my training. Would even Zukas know how to interpret what happened here? I need to think. My training. Yes. Thank you, friend. The discordance we just witnessed wasn't like anything I have ever encountered. To pull meaning from the chimes would be like trying to catch a bird in a storm. And yet, I do believe I understood it. The Hist. Say? No, no. These were not words. In truth, it was barely even a song. But I felt it pull on me with such force, such desperation. There must be a temple below us. I am certain of it. And I believe it holds a powerful secret. The stone nest cannot hear the Hist, yet it calls to them. It wants to help them. We must enter the temple below the tree. The villagers' only hope against the worm cult is somewhere down there. Please, ask Stone Shaper Tojka to grant us access.
Your companion's words make no sense. Speak to the Stone Shaper if you must, but if this is a trick, I will not hesitate to end you.
The sap-tooth appears shaken, and I admit the ground suddenly feels loose beneath my feet. That sound... was that the Hist? I'm struggling to understand what this means, outsider. Artak's first root. How does she know about? No stone nest has walked its halls in hundreds of seasons. The tree's roots have made its chambers unstable and dangerous. It would make a poor shelter against the necromancer forces. Secret. Of that I am certain. Our ancestors, the Builders, left many secrets across the island in their wake. Perhaps Manikai speaks truth. The Builders could have left something below, a defense of some sort, a weapon. If you are right, it may save our village. If you are wrong, you will likely die down below. I suppose I have nothing to lose. I will allow it, but do not mistake this allowance for trust. Zika Ilan will accompany you and oversee your search. Zika Ilan, I have granted the outsiders access to the ancient temple. You will accompany them.
Stone guide me.
Thank you, Stone Shaper. You will not regret this.
I do not know if I can trust you and the Bright-Throat. But if the Builders left us a means to protect ourselves, it is my duty as Stone Shaper to find out. But tread carefully. I do not know the degree to which the temple has degraded.
What did he call the temple? Artak's first root? Very interesting. I wish I had more time to explore the work of the Builders, but saving this village is our priority. Let us head below, friend.
This better not be a waste of time, Tepi Voss. Every moment I spend with you is a moment I could be killing necromancers and banishing Daedra. Enter the temple when you are ready, and I will follow. Be warned. Legends claim our presence will awaken undead defenders and disturb our ancient ancestors.
Books! Remarkable! Zika, do these texts truly date back to the Builders?
So the legends say, Bright-Throat.
The Hist was unclear as to what we are seeking, so leave no stone unturned. Apologies, Zika. Was that rude of me?
Rude? Ah, no stone. Yes, but let us get on with it.
Grona. That sounds promising. Let us seek out more such notes.
counterweights and pendulums. My tail twitches with curiosity.
Did that say vault? So something is hidden deeper in this temple.
My nest tender used to say that misbehaving hatchlings would be swallowed up by the stone and left alone in the depths of this temple. How strange it is to find myself here all these seasons later. Stone Shaper Jaziz. Yes, I know the name. His burial stone laid the foundation of my hatchery. If I remember correctly, he passed into the stone nearly 2 centuries ago. It seems the cord we walk was spun long before our time. We Stone Nest record our history with cords whose knots mark events of importance, which means that my cord and that of Stone Shaper Jaziz have become entwined. I look forward to seeing where this leads us.
These journals you found are remarkable. I will study them in more detail later. For now, let us head deeper into the temple before some undead defender strikes me from behind. The journals did not do this vault justice.
And it seems the pendulums block our path. Tepivas, a moment.
The translated passages did not prepare me for this breathtaking sight. It is by the will of the Hist that we have found this marvel. I am sure of it. What do you make of these notes, friend? The Maskrona. Such a remarkable creation. I have seen a few of these ancient statues around the island. Could these ancient creations be more than that? But the translator, Jaziz, he seemed to believe the vault is protected, yes? These types of protections are not uncommon, especially in Zalmirs of this size. The counterweights are likely deeper within the temple. You should speak with Zika. Something tells me he will have an idea. From what I have learned of death dancers, they are never caught unprepared. Maybe I overestimate our dear Zika, but I do not think so. The translated passages did not prepare me.
It saddened me to see these halls in disrepair. But look at the beauty of this site. An inverted Zonmir? Great pendulums blocking our path? To think, we considered such wonders lost to us. Perhaps it is my turn to contribute to your efforts. The Stone Nest people have made our homes in many a cave and crevice across the island. As such, we Death Dancers may be called to difficult-to-reach places to perform our duties. So I offer you my grapple. I trust you know how to use it. I imagine it will come in handy where the temple walkways have collapsed. And by the way, be careful. The temple walkways may collapse. pendulum swings now, Tepi Boss.
Is there anything you are afraid of, Death Dancer?
Large fish unnerve me. And let me guess. For you, it is spiders?
They have far too many eyes, each hungrier than the last. And another begins to swing.
Manikai, are all Bright-Throats as colorful as you?
Zika Elan, are you flirting?
What? No. I did not mean... No. Look at the pendulums.
The path is clear. At least as clear as swinging pendulums will allow.
You do not seem the athletic sort, Manikai. Do you have what it takes?
I thought the plan was for you to carry me across. Songs still my beating heart. They is incredible!
To think all of this was hidden just beneath our feet. We should speak, Tepivos.
I knew the Hist would lead us to something incredible, but this was beyond my imagining. I need a moment to thank the song for its guidance. Besides, Zika wishes to speak with you.
It seems I owe you and Manny Kai an apology. I was brutish in my refusal to heed her warnings. To think I may have cost Xor-Hist the protection of these guardians. Now, let us find a way to activate them. A control stone? Stoneshaper Tojka has long studied these Vosgrona, but I have never heard him mention such a thing. Could it be what this guardian holds in its hand? Stone guide me. The writings of Zinnik Moose seemed to imply a loss of faith in his fellow builders. Could that be the key? Perhaps he hid the control stone behind an act of trust? In our youth, my clutch siblings would seek out builder mechanisms like the counterweights outside the vault. They were tests of faith, skill, determination. The key to accessing the control stone must be trust. Join me on the next level. Manikai, I believe we must seek out pressure plates on the level above. Come.
Whatever you say, Prickly Pear. I trust you.
Now is not the time for cute names, Tree Frog. Mainlander, approach the Center Guardian.
Tree Frog. I like that.
Now, Mainlander, take the control stone from the Guardian's grip.
Look at Zika solve puzzles. Impressive.
Join us up here. Let us see if this stone can call the Guardians to Xor-Hist's aid.
The Guardians are moving.
This event is worthy of a mural, friends. They're headed toward the village. I will go on ahead and inform Stoneshaper Toshka.
Hist guide you, Death Dancer. Friend, let us talk before we return to Xor-Hist. When I first heard the Hist's cries, I never expected to be led to a discovery as stunning as this. To talk in the halls of the Builders is truly an honor. If the journal spoke true, their creators intended for them to act as defenders of their people. Let us hope that we have given the Eggkin of Xor-Hist the edge they need to face the Necromancers. No doubt Zika is apprising the Stoneshaper of what we accomplished. I hope he will be grateful enough to allow me to remain in Xor-Hist to study its ancient stones. But just in case, I will linger here a moment to take notes. You go on ahead. Go on ahead. I wish to take in this marvel a moment longer. Return to the surface and catch up with Zika. I would not put it past him to take credit for our discoveries. I jest, of course. Still, just in case.
The necromancers have attacked the village and Vaskrona.
Do not worry. We summoned the Vaskrona. Now quickly, where is Stoneshaper Toshka?
The inner courtyard. He hoped to evacuate villagers into the temple.
You heard him, Tebivos. To the courtyard.
Quickly, friend, to the courtyard.
Let's go. That's it. Over so soon. You weren't keeping score, were you? Me neither.
To arms, friend. We must protect the Stoneshaper.
The control stone. Use it to summon the Vaskrona. Now, take it down. Stoneshaper, to me, I will protect you.
We will carve your deeds in stone, Bright-Throat.
Haste grants you the chance to do so.
I will get the Stone Shaper to safety and help clear out any remaining cultists.
One moment, Zika. I wish to commune with the Hist.
As you wish. And give it my thanks, if you please.
Yes, all is calm. Can you feel it, friend? The gentle breeze, the return of buzzing insects. I do not even need my chimes to know that the Hist has calmed. That is kind of you to say, but I did not do this for him. I needed to prove to myself that I could one day be a leader. I thought I would do this by aiding the Stirk Fellowship. Of course not. But while aiding the people of Tamriel is an achievement, saving the villagers of Xor-Hist and reconnecting with my own ancestors, that is my first step toward becoming a Root Herald. Now, allow me this moment with the Hist. Check on the Stone Shaper. I will join you momentarily.
Mainlander, I would appreciate a word.
These are remarkable works of craftsmanship. It is clear there was little our ancestors could not accomplish.
A moss of suspicion covered my eyes when you and the Bright-Throat arrived in my village. It was wrong of me to judge you on preconceived notions alone. My scales shudder to think what would be left of Xor-Hist had I turned you away. The wonders of our ancestors never ceased to amaze me. I do not know if I will ever be able to repay this debt, but I have an idea where to start. The Stirk Fellowship needs warriors, yes? Then consider the Stone Nest of Xor-Hist allies. We will need time to recover, of course, but we will send supplies and our most skilled warrior, Xika-Ilan. I hope you have not grown tired of his gruff tongue yet. Xika-Ilan, you will aid the Stirk Fellowship as an envoy of the Stone Nest, and in your duties as a death dancer.
And I will do so with the strength given to me by the stone.
He tried to hide it.
Tepi Voss, Little Stone. It seems we will be seeing more of each other. I have grown particularly skilled at cutting down cultists as of late. I am certain I will be worth at least 20 or 30 of your mainlander warriors. You mistake me, mainlander. While at first I meant it as an insult, I now say it with the utmost respect. You are the first stone that leads the avalanche, and your deeds decorate the mountainside of our history. Not if it embarrasses you. Well, perhaps even still. Know that when the battle is won, I will dedicate a year to the carving of your mural within Xor-Hist. Your name will be remembered for seasons unending.
He tried to hide it, but I do believe Xika-Ilan smiled at the news he would be joining you. I do not know what happened in the temple, Mainlander, but it seems you have left your mark indeed.
I can hardly believe it. Have we truly won the support of the Stone Nest? Please tell me that my ears did not deceive me, friend. Thank the Hist. That is wonderful news. Did he mention if I can stay and study the ways of the stone nest? Oh, wait. Better to ask forgiveness, yes? Now, has he said what aid he will offer? My bog cup overflows with trapped flies. All the more opportunities to pester him about his culture and their practices. I cannot wait to show him around Sunport. There are many foods I wish for him to try. You have done more than just secure aid. You helped save this village and unearthed a secret lost to time. Take this, friend. I await our reunion on the battlefields of Solstice. I will not soon forget our time together, friend. I do not know what the future brings, but I plan to enjoy my time on this island while I can. Perhaps I will take Zika to Sunport and show him the city. I am certain he will hate it. The difference is night and day, friend. What was once a rushing mudslide is now a trickling river. It is strange to me that these Eggkin cannot hear its song, but that is all the more reason to be grateful that it brought me to them. What is the phrase these stone nests use? Tongue like a stone knife? This is not about what I have gained. The Hist song led us into that temple, down to those guardians. Without my chimes, they would never have heard the Hist's warning. A simple protective enchantment. Do you think it easy to bring such a delicate tool across the seas? I understand your trepidation. The Hist song is a mysterious force. It cannot be touched or measured. It asks, I ask, only for your trust. Does it matter? We did something good here. We saved lives. Enjoy the day, hero. After all, we do not know how many we have remaining. Zika! Now that we will be working together, can I ask you a few questions?
I believe Stone Shaper Toshka would make for a better teacher.
Now, Zika. Do not dismiss yourself out of hand. You are an excellent teacher.
As you wish.
This is going to be so much fun.
You would make a good death dancer, Mainlander. You have the eyes of a killer, but the compassion of a healer. Between you and Manny Kai, the personal questions never end. But, for the first time in many seasons, I do not mind. Please, ask away. Not only do we bury ourselves in stone, but we do so in tombs that double as the foundation of new nests, new temples, new hatcheries, or perhaps even as replacement stone for those that have crumbled over time. You seem surprised. When stone crumbles, it means only that the ancestor which held it together has moved on into the void. It is our duty to take their place, to become part of the same stone that stands vigil over each new generation. Yes, by placing our grave stake where we wish to rest. I thought I might lay myself in Atuk's first root. But there is a worn stone in my old hatchery which will soon need replacing. It seems Stone Shaper Jaziz is ready to pass into the void.
The stone nest of Xor-Hist are grateful for your aid, Mainlander. I would not be surprised if villagers request a mural of your deeds for their homes. How curious. The Voskrona can be found wandering the island, it is true. Their numbers have steadily grown. Perhaps something about your arrival here, or the worm cult, has awakened them? Only a theory, not an accusation. If our ancestors created these guardians with the intent to protect our villages, then perhaps there is some latent command still held in their stone. Nothing so literal, just compelling. Perhaps the magic etched into the Voskrona has something to do with the magic of the mainland swamps. The song of the trees. Just an idle thought, nothing more. Not Sunport. I refer to the temple it was built upon, not the city. Very true, and by the knot of my end.
I will not soon forget our time together.